What's up guys, Justin here. Today I want to try to crack the case on an unsolved mystery. We've done one of these before on the Cloverleaf Mall murders, but I want to do another case that has yet to be solved. This one will be talking about the disappearance of Dennis Martin. How will we do this is that I'll tell you the facts and the evidence I found in my research, and then I will tell you what I think happened. In the comments section, I want to hear what you guys think, and I'll respond to you guys as well so we can get this discussion going. So without further ado, let's talk about the disappearance of Dennis Martin. Dennis Martin, age 6, was camping in the Great Smoky Mountains with his father, grandfather, and older brother on Father's Day weekend in 1969. Dennis and his brother, along with two other boys, thought it would be fun to play a prank on their families by jumping out and scaring them. Dennis's brother and the other two boys went in one direction, and Dennis went to the other direction. The first group of 3 boys jumped out and scared their families, but Dennis did not jump out. The families of the boys searched for hours for Dennis, but with no results. They contacted the park rangers. The search for Dennis continued into the night until it unfortunately poured down rain, followed by thunder and lightning. This is where the story gets really dark. A family hiking around the woods at that time claimed they heard a boy's very terrifying scream. The son of the family also saw movement in the bush that he thought was a bear, but it turned out to be a man walking with something slung over his shoulder. The authorities thought that the location where the family said they heard the scream was too far away to have been anything to do with Dennis. The search for Dennis was huge, not only garnering media attention, but over 1,000 people searched, including the FBI, the National Guard, the Green Berets, and even psychics were involved. Dennis's parents posted a reward for any information leading to finding their son. Weeks passed, and finally on September 14, 1969, the search for Dennis was closed. What was really strange and downright creepy is that the lead FBI investigator, Jim Reich, would later commit suicide for unknown reasons. There are a few theories as to what happened to Dennis. The first is that he wandered off and eventually died out in the wilderness. This theory makes some sense, but Dennis was wearing a red shirt that day and he would have been easy to spot. Plus they said that Dennis had hiking experience. Sure, he was only 6-year-old, but some hiking experience would make him better off than if he had had no hiking experience. Another popular theory is that he was attacked by a bear or a wild animal and dragged off. The problem with that is that he was practically right in front of his family and friends, so wouldn't they have seen him being attacked? A ginseng hunter claimed that he had seen a human skull and bones that appeared to resemble a young boy, but he did not report it until 1985 out of fear of being prosecuted for illegal ginseng hunting. The Key family who heard the scream said what they thought was a bear appeared to be what they called an unkept man. There were stories of wild men who lived in the mountains that wore animal pelts. In fact, one of the park rangers was almost killed by one of these wild men because at the time, a year or two before Dennis went missing, the park rangers did not carry weapons. Now here's what I think happened. I don't think this was an abduction or an animal attack. Something I had read while researching this is that Dennis had some mental disabilities and took special education classes in school. While I do not know the level of his disabilities or even what kind he had, but I can imagine this would be enough to not leave him on his own. But even without the disabilities, I think that because he hid farther from his brother and the 2 friends, I do think he wandered off the trail. I think that once he wandered off the trail, he got lost trying to find his way back to his family and fell victim to the elements. Do I think the government was hiding something about the missing boy? Well, I don't really know, but I do find it strange that so many special forces were out there that they could not find him. I do find it also strange that the FBI agent who committed suicide was head of 12 other missing people in that area. Ultimately, I think he must have hidden himself in a place only a small child could access and just fell victim to nature. So what do you guys think happened to Dennis Martin? Comment below and let's try to crack this case together. I'm going to link to an interview of an agent who worked on this case, as well as a subreddit talking about this case. Anyway guys, let's crack this case together and I will catch you next time.